Hey, it's me, your girl Cynthia Bailey, and I've been hanging out with your girl, the queen of reality TV, Kamisha Reviews.
The views and opinions expressed on this channel are those of this channel and are for entertainment purposes only. Do not try this at home. And don't whine in the comments when you don't like it, because I don't care. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Kamisha Reviews, the queen of reality TV. We're doing a recap of the latest episode of Rachel Love. I have Dina here. I have Miss Coley from this season, who they should not have let go, period. I'm just saying.
No, they good.
After she went, I thought it got boring. I said this aloud. I'm sorry for people who don't like it. I meant what I said.
I
Uh,
always said that's why they canceled it after that season. And after that. But I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know
They
you are.
didn't know what they was doing.
They
Let's be clear.
Crazy.
They did not
very
know
clear.
what they was doing.
Did not. Okay, so Dina has a basic recap for a basic
Right.
episode. Go right ahead, Mama.
Because this episode was boring and I fell asleep 3 times. But anyways, so this what I got. The shortest, quickest recap ever from the Receipt Queen.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay and Kiera meet Jay's friend Aaron. Cisco and Tay meet with his two friends Zach and Q. Cam meets with Sierra, Angie, and Rose and his friend. I don't know the name. And then Tay and Khalil and Deanna meet with his friend. And then Hussein, Rose, and Angie meet with his friend. And then Angie knows Hussein's friend, the Mr. Dominatrix
The
dude.
poly guy.
And then the ladies deliberate, and then you got Hussein, and I can't remember dude's name, but Mr. Five Kids is in the final two.
Naeem.
Naeem, okay, there we go. And then Hussein is safe, and then Mr. Five Kids goes home, and then the preview for the next episode seems spicy. That's what I got.
Yes. So before we actually get into this, I got to address something really, really fast. Okay, so I call him the Poly Plus One. Okay. Here's a T. He's on this episode. I reached out to him through DM and I said, "Do you want to come on for a quick conversation? Nothing long. Maybe join a panel this weekend." And he says, "Yes." And then he asked me when. And then says on Saturday he's busy. I said, "Cool." I said, "What about Sunday?" Next thing I know, I said, DM, I'm blocked. Now, and this right here is exactly why I stick to white publications, because when I try to work with black producers, it gets messy, selfish, and petty. Not at all. I'm sorry, not all, but enough. The Rachel Love community is a whole lot of selfishness, toxicity, and not every cast member, because I love a lot of them, but enough to make me step back and stop covering it like I used to. No shade, okay, but that's your whole lane. I'm in multiple lanes, multiple networks, multiple press junkies. And guess what? People hit me up all the time with tea. Cast members, do I believe it just because it's juicy? No, I verify it before I clap back. Y'all need to learn that. Oh, and I'm sure Plus One was chatting with the big bag haters. Trust me, I got plenty. So Plus One, sorry I don't remember your name. You were on the show for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's all. Stay in your lane. Period. Okay.
It
Continue.
wasn't even 5 minutes. Folks out here trying to get their little 15 seconds of fame.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy. Why you didn't just say no if you don't want to come on?
100%.
Right.
I mean, it didn't make no sense. It wasn't a big deal. I was like, oh, this is weird. But
Look,
anyway, go ahead.
let's let the people know for future reference. No is a complete sentence and is an acceptable form of communication.
That's it.
Not everybody can
You don't need
have
you
discernment like
don't
that.
need a reason. You don't need nothing but explanation or nothing behind it. No is a complete sentence.
Hmm. All right, yeah, let's talk about the beginning of the episode. We'll get through it because, like I said, it was a very boring episode. One of my favorite couples on here is Kiera. She's coming to meet Jay and his friend, and the way he talks about her, calls her Bay, and she wants to get married in 3 years, and so he wants to have his close friends, or sorry, close friend meet her. I like their chemistry, even when they hug that long hug. It's just a genuine thing when I see the two of them. So I like them. Now next week's gonna be a mess, so I don't know what's going on with that. But this episode, it looks really good, and even the conversation that they had at the table with Aaron, I think his name was Aaron. I thought it went really, really good. Dina, tell me your thoughts about that, Mama.
I mean, honestly, it was a basic meeting, but
Mhm.
I'm just, you know, the Patron done kicked in, and I don't care about these people no more. I'm just here so I don't get
Jesus
fired.
Christ. Oh my God. Coley, please help me because my
I
friend.
thought it was so cute, and I was so happy that like the audience and other people got to see more of Jay, because I've seen like a lot of comments like, "Oh, why did I like him?" Blah blah
Mm.
blah. But like, I think now people can see like more of who he is instead of being so hung up on like they don't like his braids or whatever.
They said that for real? Oh my God.
Yeah,
What?
but yeah, I mean, people don't like my hair too, so you know.
That to me is
Yeah,
crazy.
people are so particular why they laid up with the same person that looks like the person on TV.
And
Girl.
worse, or they laid up with no one.
Well, yes, that's that.
Exactly that part. They laid up with no one, so they miserable.
So the next day is Miss Tay. I think Tay is a hot commodity. Y'all know this already. She's meeting up with
Mm-hmm.
Cinco.
She's so pretty.
She's very pretty, and I think his name was Q, which is Cisco's friend. They
Q
were
and Zach.
having, yeah, Q is. I'm sorry, and they were having discussions about things. The one thing I liked about this part is that they kind of called her out, but she stood on business. How she felt. Like you can be upset as a friend that maybe you didn't like my reaction, but look, I mean, dang, right now you don't have it.
I got words for this one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my thought process. They were like, asking her about her reaction, but we are all women currently on the panel. There
Mhm.
are certain things that we need to be in our comfort level. Now, I always say I make good money. I need my man to make good money. I'm not a gold digger. I just don't want him wanting my money. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So if you're dating a man that is currently, not forever, currently at a disadvantage, it makes you recalculate where you might be headed in the relationship, because you don't want to get into a particular situation where you're constantly enabling or taking care of a man or being the financial breadwinner or whatnot. At the end of the day, no matter how independent we are as women, we want a provider and a protector, and
Mm.
a provider and protector includes financially. We want you to, if the oil light is on, we need you to fix that. If the grass needs mowing, either mow it or pay somebody to do so. We
Right.
need protectors and providers. And if you're not in a position to do that, how long do I have to wait until you are in position to do that?
Coley, before you give your thoughts, Mama. Hey, Chaz, what's going on, King?
What's
Welcome,
going
welcome.
on, ladies?
Now, the one thing that I get, to be honest, I get it. His
And
friends
we got a
are
provider in the
well,
house
no,
so he can speak on what I was just saying.
no. I know. I'm gonna get to him about that as well. But I'm saying is, I get his friends looking out for him. Like you can tell, like they're rooting for him, saying, "Hey, he gonna get there." But I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not dragging him or anything. At this age of late 40s or late 30s, whatever you want to say, it's like
How long
what
do we have to
what that's what I'm
wait
trying
for
to
you
say.
to
And
get
when, yeah,
there?
when. Coley, your thoughts, Mama?
That was a lot. Like how he had 3 friends and it was just her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even like Cam, he had 1 friend and then like 3 girls, but just for her to hold her own against all of them saying like you made him feel bad, blah blah blah.
Yep.
She did do a really great job. And like I mean, she still got Khalil as an option.
Yes.
He owns
Yes.
like a roofing company. He's in a good relationship with his family. So,
Very much so. Yes,
yeah,
we'll get to that.
tough
So,
competition.
so Chaz, yes, you are a person to provide, to take care. He's that person. Period. That's Chaz all day. So, what is your thoughts about this whole situation with his 3 friends? I mean, 2 friends, whatever's going
It's
on.
2
Hey,
friends.
Whatever.
a hustler is gonna hustle. So the fact that he had 3 guys singing his support,
2. He had 2.
Oh, it
oh,
was only 2?
It was only 2. It was Zach
Me
and
including
Q.
him.
Well, 3 with him.
Well, 3 with him. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
and I think Coley brought up a good point. That's a lot for any woman to sit there and listen to. Like they're chiming his, support in their success of a man that doesn't have a car and he stays with roommates in a room. I mean, that was just a lot.
Mm.
Still think she needs to, like, I hope she chooses herself or someone else. But yeah, I think it's pretty ridiculous to be in your 40s dealing with stuff you dealt with in your 30s, in your
Or
20s.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
like you're
Okay.
a provider. He's trying to mooch off of her.
Mooch.
I have a question for
Interesting.
Chaz
hmm
because Chaz is a provider. So I want to say, Chaz, hypothetically speaking, if you had, took a downturn due to Wall Street or whatever, where would your mind frame be and what would your conversation be in a situation like this?
Hey, you know what? So what I love about my wife is I don't have to keep thinking doing money, right?
Mm.
But that's where my mind would be. That's where my mind was before getting married. Yeah, my father taught me to be a provider. He taught all four of us to be providers, and we are great men at that. But I would not be on a TV show looking for love. I would be in a job looking for a paycheck,
Ooh.
turn into an
Preach, preach,
Wow.
create a
preach.
business
Wow.
and living my best life. I think it takes a lot of shamelessness to go on TV in your 40s and say that you live in a room, you have roommates, and you have no car, and then to attack any criticisms about that from this beautiful, successful young lady. It's just stupid to me. I think it's crazy. It says a lot of mentality.
One thing though about Philly is like you don't need a car.
Like New York, like New York.
Yeah, and I get that point because when I first moved to Atlanta, I didn't have a car. I took the 21 or the 50 something or whatever to the train station. I worked in downtown Atlanta. I'm not tripping off the car. My thing
Well, she
is,
is. She made a
well,
point of
yeah,
saying
she
that.
might be, but my thing is with this whole situation is your living situation. Like I
Oh, yeah.
can't come over there and leave my toothbrush, and I can't leave my spend the night bag. You have roommates. It's not our personal space.
Now we got to put a towel on the
You
door.
can't
I
get
got
in the
somebody
middle of the
visiting.
night and walk to the bathroom naked. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not our space.
No, I understand that part. And thank you, Coley, for saying that because I'm not from Philly. I didn't realize that. So when she brings the car up, what are your thoughts about that? Being that you about Philly and everything, what does that mean to you?
You know, that is actually an interesting point because I'm not actually from Philly, but Tay actually is from Philly,
Okay.
and she lives like in the city. So I do wonder why the car is important.
Mm. That's such a really good point. I don't know
Mhm.
either. Maybe it's more or less
The
not
financial
the
part.
financial part of it.
The
Yes, yes.
financial part, because you can live in a lot of cities without having a vehicle, and living in New York with a vehicle is mad expensive. The
It's a
insurance
pain in
rates
the
are
ass.
high,
The
and
parking is
whenever you go
crazy.
somewhere to pay to park, it's anywhere from like 50 to $100 something a day to park.
And
When
even
when,
at your house in New York, you're always having to move because they're like cleaning the streets, or it's like so many
oh
hours
wow.
the other side of the street.
Now,
Yes.
I was in
now
Queens, and that shit was just not worth it.
when I went
And
to New York,
unless you have a parking garage, and then they're charging you double what I just said to park your car in because I watch $1 Million Listings. So besides the HOA fees, the parking fees in New York are astronomical.
when I went to New York for CBS to go to a premiere, which was a really exciting time, I was amazed at the prices. Like the Uber, I forgot. I had the receipt still. It was like 300. I was like, bro, I'm going to the airport. I could not believe. I was like, this is insane. I was happy to be there, but as I was there paying for things, the money added up. It was crazy. I could never live in New York. I couldn't afford it. I would be on the street. No shame. I
Mhm.
mean, literally, I couldn't do it. So let's move on to the triple date. We got Sahara. Sahara's walk. I love Sahara's walk, by the way. Sahara, Angie, and then Rose. I love Rose because I see a lot of times she'll have makeup on. And so does she not wear makeup a lot? Coley, I want to ask you that. Does she not wear makeup? She's more natural or
More natural,
I
yeah.
love that for her. I love that because you don't really see it on TV and people should pay attention. Anyway, they go on a date with wait, who is it? I'm sorry, I forgot that fast. Cam.
Cam.
They go on a date with Cam, and I like Cam's friend, by the way, with personality, and she kept it very, very real. There's a lot of things that Angie said in this interview that kind of stuck out to me, not for a good reason or anything, not to be funny. It was some things she was saying. Her being strong and independent, and I know she broke it down later on. I get it, but God, oh girl, I mean, even I'm a very strong woman. Yeah, I know a very aggressive attitude. I do, but Lord have mercy, you gotta breathe or something. Because like she's so strong, there's no room. I feel like for
Well,
anything else.
here's my thing on Angie. There's a way where you can be a strong, independent woman, but not come off offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like because I am that person. But at the same time, I just had a conversation with a person earlier today where they were like, well, the man should do X, Y, and Z. I have no problem with leading if I have or being submissive if I have a great leader, but you're not going to lead me away from what I've already accomplished. So I feel like Angie has this great feminine energy, but it's overbearing her fun qualities, her feminine side. She's just leading with her masculine side, and I think it's turning people off.
I do. I want to ask you guys, Sahara. I'm sorry about Sahara. She's just different to me, and I don't mean in a bad way, in a good way, actually, just different. And she comes in, and she seems like she's irritated. 'Cause she's like, I always got somebody here. This Cam think it's Hugh Hefner.
We all feel that way.
Are you serious? Oh my god.
We want to go on one-on-one dates, and then they keep putting us in these situations, so drama will happen or whatever.
See, Chance can speak on that because, of course, he was on Red to Love before. So they started doing that. I want to say, I can't remember if it was Dallas before that season with these group dates. We didn't like it a few years ago.
It was me saying the same thing. They just ain't air it, but I'm just like, damn. Like, can I just see Eddie alone? Like, why the fuck is someone there?
So Chaz, for one, I want to speak of the group date situation because from your season, and then do you think that Sahara is getting enough time? As far as
I don't think enough time. So I like Sahara a lot. I like that she's uniquely herself, unapologetic.
Yes, me too.
Initially, when we first saw her, I think a lot of us thought maybe she was putting on an act. You can see the consistency that she's displayed throughout the season, that she has the confidence that every woman should have, and she believes and knows the value that she brings to any situation. I don't think we're getting enough of her because I think she's really there for the right reasons.
Ooh, talk about it.
She has strong preference of not getting that one-on-one time with her connections. I can tell you for my season, I declined a lot of group dates. I just didn't.
Oh, wow.
Because, I mean, you really can't build a connect. Like, in that situation.
Yeah, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. How did you, okay, let me ask you a question, Chaz. Were you did it on your own, or did someone give you the offer like you can decline? Because Coley's saying she didn't have that option.
A lot of times you didn't even tell me who was going to be there, or they would tell me like the person I like was going to be there, and then other people would walk in.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so they set you up saying it was a date, but then when you got there, it was a group date.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was so much drama on our season that I needed to know who was going to be there.
Right.
I needed to know what was the purpose of the meeting. Is it a date? Because I don't do the bubble dates. You're not going to send me on a date like you sending me home. If you're going to act like you sending me almost home, you sending me home. I'm going home.
Right. Gotcha.
So I know that too. So I could just walk into it. Okay, cool. I'm going home. But no, I didn't like it. I think they need to put more emphasis on the real connections. I think the forced drama, the forced comedy takes away from the success of the show.
It does.
Really finding genuine love, because there's a lot of great, beautiful Black people on this show.
Yes, come on now.
Because the producer wants you depicted one way, you're losing out on prospects because you're now for entertainment. They don't care about you as a person or as an individual going through an experience. It takes a lot to put your life on TV, and I don't believe anyone on to go to TV to be talked about as prevalently as we're talked about for a TV show and sharing a little bit about our lives.
That is crazy to me. I had no idea. I'm just being. I really didn't. The next day is I always say her name wrong. How do you say her name? Deanna. And Tay. Was it just the two of them going on a date with Khalil and his friend, or not meeting? Whatever they're doing, I don't know. This group thinks
that sounds right. Deanna and Khalil and Tay.
Yeah. Okay. I really think that Khalil is really. I don't know. I like him. And I don't think I really realized it until this episode. I never had an issue with him before. I don't want to say
they don't show enough of Khalil.
They do not. They do not. He is a strong Black man, and he's got a lot going on. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know.
Well, he's good with his family. He's got a great job. Like he's a catch.
He is. I agree. But
but it doesn't create enough drama, and he doesn't have a sob story. Like, we're here to promote Black excellence. We have all these African American people that have allegedly good jobs, good family history, and their dating skills basically suck, which could happen to any various number of people. So why are we not honing in on that instead of the drama?
Well, we already know how that goes as far as drama sales things, but at the same time, I said this 100 times before. Um, Drama is good, and I get it. I'm a messy person myself. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is people also want to see the genuine side. Like for me, I like seeing the love. I love
Hmm.
seeing the touchy stuff. I do want to see some of that, emotions or
I do
whatever.
too.
And when I see Khalil, like Chaz on his season, he is a good brother. I know that personally. He's a good brother, and I feel like on his season, they try to show everything but that. And that's something I don't like about reality TV. To be honest, I want to see both. If he's being messy, cool, but show
It's
all of it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so on this date, we see Khalil talking, and then he's with, like I said, Tay and her, and she asked a good question. She said, "Do you think he's ready for a serious relationship?" And he answered honestly, he wants to get married and have children. And I like that as well. Now, also on the other side, they flip over. Rose asks the question, what's stopping Cam, preventing him to, get love? And he tends to give females a lot of time that really, you're not interested in. And then I'm not sure why in the world it flashes Sahara. I was like, bro, what what was that? As soon as they said that, they flashed the scene to Sahara's face. Do you think he's not interested in
That
her
was
and just giving her time? Would you say?
that was messy of them.
Cole, it was. But
Do you think that it means anything that like Cam's the only one who had like a best friend that's a woman?
um to be honest, okay. Oh, God, I have like so many stories about that.
No,
I've had best
if
friends that
you
were
have a
guys,
best
and then
friend that's a
hold,
woman,
well, no, hold on, let me say this. I've had best friends who were guys. It didn't come out really well. I would say that was a man. So I'm not the right person to answer that because it did not come out good at all. I think it's possible to do that and have a best friend, maybe from college, for a long time, and nothing ever has happened. That has been that
Mhm.
way, and I can tell the two of them are like a sister and brother type of feel. What do you think? And I think that's why, to me, there was the best conversation was her, because she's a woman asking questions and talking to a woman and trying to see, hey, are they a good match? Are they just good for my friend? I like that. The homeboys were just like, hey man, he's a good guy. Look, just she was giving
Oh
the
yeah,
real. You see what I'm saying?
they gonna be ride or die. But I think for me personally, I've dated men with women that have had a woman as a best friend, and no previous history. And I think that she can give insight as to who's best for him, and she can figure out if they trifling or if they really real. And I think that anytime that a man has a best friend or a good friend that's a woman that can objectively look out for their best interest is a good thing.
Okay, what one thing I want to talk to you about is the whole thing. Thank y'all, ladies. Love y'all. That's two sugars, one shot. Y'all go follow that channel. That is Tati and Jay from Never Ever Missed. They have their own content, their own channel. Queens on the Ride. Please go follow. I see my sister, Takula's in the chat. Chad, you could have asked YouTube channel. I don't know why you didn't do that. So what I'm gonna say is when he said lead, Angie immediately got, oh, there that word go again. And I want to come to Chaz because lead to her is such a bad thing. How did you feel about that on that part? It's not a bad word that he's saying. I know Dina brought it up earlier, but Chad, what are your thoughts about that?
Wait, what part of the scene are we talking about?
Oh my God, Chaz. So when I'm so not again. Wait,
He watched it. He watched
I had some brownies and
oh no, it's kicking in right now. I can tell right now it's kicking in. So it told you to share next time. I can anyway. I don't eat sweets, everybody. So at one point in time, he just said, I'm trying to think of what he said. He because they were talking about how he protects people and looks out for people. Rose was saying that, but he said that's a part of leading your partner in the right way. And then she said, there goes that word again, God. And they said, what is it? They said, lead. You don't want a leader. She said, we do, but I never had that. And she doesn't like that. She just says, her friend said he's a man, he's a protector, he's a provider. Same thing that Dina was saying. And it's like, it's what he does. And she's not really into that. There's a couple things that was said here. He says, her friend said it was second nature for him to be that way, which I loved how she spoke about him. I want a partner to win. If I don't help, I love the things he was saying. It was beautiful. right? And she has an issue with it. She be like, calm down. She even said, sit your ass down. Like she don't like all of that. And I'm just like, bro, what? So I do want to hear your thoughts, Chaz, about that. Even though you didn't watch that part, you heard what
Yeah.
I said. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So let me just check my understanding. So he was talking about how he likes to lead, and
Yes.
she was reacting to what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
She said she don't like that.
she said she didn't like that.
You remember this is the same Angie who went into labor and drove
That's
herself to the
because she's
hospital.
never been led properly.
This the same woman.
She just needs a beta man. Then she needs a man that is not an alpha, someone that that's probably a little bit more docile, that she can rule or coach to be the kind of man that she wants him to be. I don't really remember this scene, Queen, and I apologize. I did watch it twice, but I think my ADHD kicked in different parts both times. No, I'm just joking. I don't have that. I really don't remember this one too well.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
just
let me ask Chaz this.
Well, no, hold on, please. Just answer the question about a woman. I'm sorry. He's saying he wants to lead her, and then you answer Dina's question. What as a man? How do you feel that she has an issue with it? You could just answer that.
That's surprising, unless she feels like his leading omits her ability to lead and help. Because
Okay.
and have a problem with that. They have leadership styles and experience and visions, and they want to be heard. So I don't know if the absence of not making it sound like a combined effort affected her or made her like take issue with it. I'd love to hear her thoughts on this. So I hope she joins your panel at some point and speaks to it.
Me too, because she said it's gonna take a strong man to give her some grace for her to get there. Dina, go ahead, answer Chaz.
No,
I'm
my
sorry.
question to Chaz, since he's a man and you know he's dated somewhat before he found his queen,
Mm-hmm.
do you find that women who have never been led properly before fight the narrative of being led?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I think I'm not going to just, it's human nature, right?
Right.
So like have that exposure. If you're not with someone that's leading you to develop in the strong way, a lot of women have run across the worst of men, and they're not necessarily willing to follow a lot of these men because of the damage that the men have done. And I'm not saying that this is all men and all black women or anything like that.
We're talking about individual situations.
Yeah, there's a reason for a woman to be hesitant, and I think that
interesting.
I think we all need grace. I know that my wife gives me a lot of grace, and I give her a lot of grace, but I haven't always had that in relationships. There's a lot of defenses that people take where you're not going to lead me because the last guy that led me down the wrong way. And
right.
Like there's just a lot there, but again, this is a 6-week process, so these people really don't know each other that well. Being orchestrated, so we're not even really probably saying the truest of connection.
I agree with that. Coley, your thoughts about the leading, because you're a woman and everybody has their own thoughts. A man tell you he wants to lead you because he said, I want to see my woman win. I want us to win together.
I think it's a red flag. I think leading is not something that you talk about. I think it's just something that you do. I think that
Speak on it.
Angie wants to be led, and the right person will lead her. Like, because I saw the way that she was when that guy came and he's like, oh yeah, I'm a professional dom. I bet she'll let him lead her ass.
Oh shit.
that makes exactly. You know how people say, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Yes.
Falls. I agree with Coley, because sometimes the words don't need to be there, but if you show up and show out every day, I'm looking for you in the daytime with a flashlight, because I need to see what you're about.
I 100% agree with that. The part that I want to hear from everybody about this, Rose. Y'all know I love Rose. When Rose said her love language is taking care of her man, she reminded me of the old school, the way I grew up as far as in the Southern household. I'm gonna fix your plate for you, make your water, whatever. Just take care of you, and that's her love language. He was like, I'm not with that, and I really want to hear about thoughts, especially Chags. He's a man. I'll start with you, Dina. I got a word from the South. Your thoughts on that?
If a man told me he wasn't with that, I would have to contemplate why we're together, because again, I am also from the South, and I believe in catering to my man. Even though I may work 12, 16 hours a day, I'm going to cater to you when I get home. We have our, roles defined for us and whatnot. And, you might cook for me one day, I'm going to cook for you. You might run my bath water, I'm going to run your bath water. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to cater to my man because I love my black men and I know the weight of the world that is upon them when they go out into the world, all the hardships. We got to make sure we don't get stopped by the police. We got to
Talk
make
about
sure
it.
we don't do X, Y, and Z. So people don't understand the plight of the black men
Mm-hmm.
throughout the 12, 16, whatever hours they're outside the home, what that involves. So when you come home, this is not a place where we're going to fight. This is not a place where we're going to argue. This is not a place where I'm going to question you. This is your safe place when you walk through that door. So I didn't quite get that because if you know, you know. It's like one of those things, if you know, you know.
Right.
I've been on this earth long enough to know that when a black man steps outside the house, we saying prayers. If he's supposed to be home
True.
at 5
Yeah.
o'clock and
Mhm.
it's 6 o'clock, we thinking about calling hospitals. We thinking about calling the jail. We thinking about calling
Right.
the morgue. It's 8 billion things that go through our head when a black man
Unfortunately.
is late.
Mhm.
So I understand. I don't think, quite frankly, she understands, but I'm just gonna work on me.
He did kind of say something about relying on somebody. I think he's not really getting it. Coley, what are your thoughts, Mama, about that?
I don't really have thoughts about it. It just is not a match.
I
It's
cannot. Oh my God.
Him and Sahara.
So Chaz, your thoughts as like I said, Chaz is that type of dude that takes care of people in his life that people care about, just period. So a woman telling you I want to wait on you or whatever, take care of you, and the man saying I'm not with that. What are your thoughts about that?
That was me. So I want to thank
Oh
you
wow.
for opening up because you made me think about something that I actually value in my current marriage, well, my only marriage. But I didn't realize I valued or even needed that. So like when you said like you want to cook for your man, I was taught to be the provider, and one of my love languages is acts of service. So I nice things for people. I like to sow sparingly so I can reap sparingly. So I resisted people doing things for me because I felt like my purpose was to be the blessing and the interaction, not necessarily the other way around. But looking at the things that I actually love about my wife, which is the ability to take care of the small things. I got the big stuff. Whatever you need is done. I now realize being married that I've always sucked at the little things that my life needed. That my life feel like it's fulfilled.
Wow.
I think for men, in short, we need to understand what that other help can look like. It's not necessarily paying bills, which is where I think he's coming from. But you're right, taking care of the things to give us that nourishment and that emotional support is needed in the Black community.
I think you made a good point. I think that they're not talking about the same thing, even though they think they are when it comes to taking care of each other.
100%. I love that too.
And see,
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Mama.
Well,
Go ahead.
what I was gonna say is like to piggyback off what Chaz said about the little things. Like, for example, if you're on the phone with your man and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna work late. I don't have time to pick up the dry cleaning," or he says, "Oh, I was gonna stop by Barnes and Noble to get a book for my presentation or whatever, but I gotta work late." Then if you got time, you stop and get the dry cleaning or you stop and get the book or whatever. And then when he gets home, be like, "Oh, baby, I heard you that you didn't have time to do X, Y, Z." And then you do that for them. It's not like you went and paid the mortgage. You just heard he didn't have time to do X, Y, Z, and you took care of that.
And that's my love language, to be honest. I like it because I work. I'm a blogger. I do a lot. I'm doing interviews, getting up. There's a lot I do as far as outside of this or whatever. And for me, it's like if you know that maybe I need a new mouse or a keyboard because they know blog is my passion. I'm a journalist, or I don't care what it is. My alcohol for me when I had a hard day at work, you already have it there. That's my love language, to be honest. It's all smaller things, in my opinion. They know I'm on a health journey. Like
Attention to detail.
my fiance will go in there and make, like, if I'm at work all day and I hadn't had anything to eat, I eat once a day. I'm an intermediate faster. He will go in there and make my salmon for me, my vegetables, and it'll be ready when I get home. He'll do it all the time, but the times he's done it, it's touched me because I didn't have to come home and do it. So those things mean a lot to me. Those small things.
And that's the thing that make a relationship work. You didn't have time to do it, but I did, so I took care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's greater than paying the mortgage, because the mortgage is gonna get paid.
It is. So I want to jump over to Deanna. She's asking really good questions to Khalil's friend. Again, I do like Khalil a whole lot. She's asking about the relationship, how he is in there. He's just talking about him, saying he's really cool. He don't like to deal with drama. And I don't know, a lot of men say that, but for his friend to mention that in this time, I think he really was mean, because there's some guys who will literally walk away from a woman if there's any drama involved, or whatever. They just won't deal with it. What did you? Dina, did you like their interaction, Deanna? Because I'm trying to find out who was her connection, in my opinion, her and Khalil.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too.
Oh my God, I'm done. So the whole conversation about when Tay was talking about the whole phone call, like, if I haven't heard from you, okay, I want to get this real quick. This has been an issue with a lot of men. If you're at work all day and your girl doesn't call or she's looking for you, that has started an argument, and I can say this for a fact. So should a woman text her man if he hadn't come home yet? Maybe he's at work late. Who knows? Is that a bad thing? How do you feel about that, Dina? The text messages. Everybody has different thoughts about that.
All I want is a check-in. And that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for if I text you and you thumbs up the message or heart it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know that you're still breathing. And this is my fear, because I grew up in the 90s, and when the gang wars and the police, the way they are, this, that, and the third. I'm an overthinker and a worrier. So, and that's WORR. Okay. So I need you to check in with me. I don't need a voicemail but just a simple text message. I'm working late. I'm okay. Because we all know that it's very hard for Black men, and we want to make sure they make it to 21 to 25 to 30 up to 50. So that's where my fear comes from. And any person I date, I would let them know that in the beginning. So I don't need a soliloquy or a monologue or text message.
Right.
Like that. I just need to know you still breathing and you're not in jail or in a hospital.
Well, Khalil said clingy, which I hate that word. What are your thoughts about
clingy,
that? No. He mentioned that, but Cole,
Right.
Your thoughts about that? Because everybody has different thoughts about text messages and calling.
About text messaging and calling,
Like if your man's at work, you haven't heard from him. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
I don't know, because like for me, for work, I'll be gone for like 2 and 3, 4 days at a time. So I don't think it's like, I don't have a good perspective of it.
So it wouldn't bother you then if you haven't heard from your man for 2 or 3 days. For you, it's the normal. I'm saying, because the way your work schedule is.
2 or 3 days, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It is mine.
I ain't gonna lie to you. After 24 hours, I'm calling the hospital.
If it's mine,
I'm calling the jail.
But if it's just like something casual, then like I don't have to hear from him. But if it's like someone I'm actually with, like, yeah, I need to hear from him every night.
Gotcha. There you go. There you go. Chaz,
Exactly.
you the man. Come on. I want to hear. Give the women the real, please.
Oh, I agree. I can't disagree with anything that was said. I would literally be saying the same thing.
So you call and check in.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, I love that.
If you're serious.
Yeah, that goes back to showing that you actually care. Like, that you're, and it's also pretty humbling to say that, oh, let me check in. Let me let her know I'm okay.
Yes, I love that. Because some men make it like, okay, so some men don't like the phone. Maybe their job, they're not allowed to have a phone, whatever the situation is. And if I know my man gets off at 5 o'clock, I would like to hear, hey, I made it home, let the dog out, or whatever is going on, or how's work going. If he texts me at work and I'm at work and I miss it, and I'll say, hope you have a good day at work. I love that. That's all I need. That's just letting me know, hey, I'm at work busy myself, just checking in. Hope you're having a good day. That's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So, because I have a Ring camera, I can see when he comes home.
Well, but I honestly don't. I honestly
really do
believe that people understand that even though it's 2025, things still happen. Okay. So I am just of the belief, like you said, I don't care if you let the dog out. This is, are you alive? Are you still breathing? You have not been detained by the police. You are not in a hospital with pum pum wounds or whatever. And it's not the type of men that you deal with, because we all know that certain situations have happened and these people have been upstanding citizens. So I'm just saying, if I have not heard from you in X amount of hours, I need proof of life.
Who was that? Hold on. Not proof of life. Jesus. Oh, Chaz. Proof of life is it's crazy word to me.
I'm just saying, y'all just don't understand like the way the world is today. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. The way the world is today for African American men.
I get what you're saying about that. I do. And at one point in time, during the COVID and all the Black Lives Matter situation,
Mm-hmm.
black men would leave the house and women would freak out, or their sons. I'm not gonna lie, they would freak
Yes.
out. I can remember my sons, they were driving. I would like say, slow down. There's a lot going on in the world. Be careful. I would check in with my son, just like, hey, be careful. Because it was just the time period that we were
Yes,
living in.
I
So I do
can't
understand
keep
that.
calm. I have a black son. Yes.
So we have is it Naeem? I don't want to say his name incorrectly. Naeem date with
Mm-hmm.
Deanna and his friend or whatever. And one thing I'm gonna say about Naeem, I don't think he's like wait, was it Naeem and Tay? Tay was there too, right? Was Tay at this date?
I think
Hold on, let me go back to my notes.
right. Naeem, Tay, and Deanna.
Yeah. Tay was there. She was there. So I think Tay is doing the work. When I say that, I always say about
Is
other reality
Naeem
dating
Mr.
show.
5 Kids?
Yes. But
Okay, so yeah.
Tay to me is doing the work because she's not just putting all her eggs in one basket. She's actually seeking out different connections. And I always feel like, to me, how can you not find out if you don't date more than one connection and you just do one person? So I feel like Tay's doing the work. They can say they want to say about Tay, but she's doing what she got to do. Her and Naeem kind of had a connection in the beginning, but I think the 5 kids is just throwing her off. And it's kind of unfortunate because, like, I'm not going to say that a man or a woman, I'll say both, that has more than one child should not be allowed to fall in love and find somebody. That's not fair to them, right? For the choice that they made. But is it difficult? Yes, because you're taking on other people's children and baby mama if there's an issue. I don't know. That's just a lot to me.
I mean, it is very possible. It is very possible. However, if you have other options, see, the one thing I love about this show is because you have multiple options. And the thing about some women, I'm not saying all, we focus on one man, and then he may or may not disappoint us, and then all men ain't blank, But I feel like when you date multiple men, or men date multiple women, it gives you variations of what you want and what you don't want. Because if you're solely focused on one person and they can do no wrong, you're blinded by the fact you want that one person. But if you have multiple people to compare them to, then you got 2020 vision and all that extra great insight to know what you want and what you don't want, instead of settling. But since y'all been on, Chaz and Coley, y'all been on the show, y'all let me know what y'all think about that statement.
As you
It's
said, a
also
mouthful.
like a chemistry thing. Like there's just some people where like you connect with them and like that's a match, and then there's some people where like there's just no chemistry, so it's not even worth exploring, honestly.
Well, I think that Deanna being there with, I just thought that was a no connection there. I was kind of surprised that she went on that I want to get to know your best friend situation, because I just don't see a connection between the two of them. I mean, maybe I'm missing that. I don't know. I just didn't understand the date. I knew her and Tay, he rubbed her feet. So I get why she was there, but I
Right.
didn't get why she was there. Crowley, do you understand? What do you think about that? I thought that was kind of like, why was she there? Not being shady. I'm just saying,
I
I
was
didn't understand.
eliminated. I don't know.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Watching the show, my bad.
But
Watching the show.
the thing about Ready to Love is like it's Ready to Love, but it's Ready to Love Survivor. Like, if you want to make it to the end, even if you like someone, you need to have some other people in your back pocket.
I
Chaz,
love that.
what are
She
your
ate that.
thoughts
She ate that.
on that, on the multiple connections on the show and versus like real life, having multiple options to see what you really want in life.
Well, I'm not going to say anything different than what you guys have said. I agree with everything that you said. I will just add that we have connections beyond what we were seen on TV with. And unique to me or anyone else, everyone else has someone on their roster that they could be with or they hook up with when it's convenient for them for whatever the reasoning. The issue with the connections on this show, I mean, I think it's been covered. I think all of you guys have hit on that. It's just
Right.
if they really want a meaningful change, if they want this show to be taken more seriously, they'll stop with the theatrics and the game playing. But that's not going to happen.
Oh, it's not.
Right.
It's
'Cause
not. I love
that's
that.
what brings the ratings.
And then like a lot of the stuff that was like real drama got cut out. And then they take some bullshit that like no one even really cared about.
Come on now.
Make
And people
it
complain
seem
about
like
it.
was.
People complain about that type of stuff. To be honest, they do.
Wild.
They get tired of it. First of all, Rose the next day, Rose was so pretty with her yellow dress and her. I just love Miss Rose. I know. I'm sorry. I know I do. She goes on a date with I'm a date. Who is this? Wait, is that who is this? She go on a date with? I can't remember. Come on.
Hussein? Are we on Hussein?
Oh yeah, it's Hussein and his band of brothers, including the Poly plus one, who I don't know his name, don't care about.
Dominant.
Yeah, I don't care. So anyway, Hussein, I think I like Hussein as well. I do. Him and Rose have their situation. I think that they have, in my opinion, a better connection that I see compared to her connection with other people. I think it was Andre that was there, his friend, or whatever. And one more. This one of the three guys were there talking to him like, well, how many guys do you need to be there to talk to your potential girlfriend? I didn't understand that, but it's whatever. Like I said, it's the bullshit red level, so it's whatever. So Dina, your thoughts about their conversation? They had food on the table. Y'all, I'm sorry. To me, I was like, Red Love showing out because back in the day, 10 years ago, baby, nobody ate. That's all I gotta say.
Right. That's why everybody was anorexic and hangry.
And drunk. Dina, your thoughts about them? And she had no
I
makeup
never
on
got
either.
to eat on any of my dates.
Me either.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
this is horrible. They're still not feeding
Yeah,
y'all. I cannot.
I think the
The
only
food is
person
there, but like we film and then they're like, okay, go. And I'm like, what the or like the flies came and got it, so now I don't want it.
Ew, hell yeah, no.
Yes, I think the only person in Ready to Love history that ever got to eat was LaRon.
That's oh my god.
And Lamar,
Not the fish, not the fish.
That catfish was looking
On
scrumptious.
the last episode.
I cannot. I'm so done. Look, you gotta tell LaRon about this chat, please. I forgot about the fish.
Yeah, because I think that catfish LaRon had was the only thing that it was ever eaten in totality. Like I've seen people take a bite or two, but we all know when the food get cold, we don't want it. And then there was the one girl that her date didn't show up because she was finna eliminate them, and she got her food to go. Them the only two people that ever ate.
Okay, so Dina Rose was talking about I treat my man well in the bedroom. I would do anything besides bringing a third party, and then the plus one with no name all of a sudden throws in there about him being poly. I do believe that he's trying to make this whole entire season poly. I'm like, I don't get it. Dina, go ahead. Your thoughts.
Well, here's the thing. I think that it's a little bit too much for what we have at hand because we are on Ready to Love and we're promoting monogamous relationships, right? So to bring in a poly aspect, this is not ready to poly. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like the conversation was at a place for what we're trying to accomplish in this season. And then everybody is not about that life. You know what I'm saying? The poly percentage of people who are in that life is small. You know what I'm saying? So it's not widely accepted, so everybody's going to have like a negative connotation about it, and a lot of people have a stigmatism about it as well, like it's just all about the boom boom room and not about the financial security. It's not about taking care of people's emotional needs. Everybody just wants to attach the sex to it and not understand the other options that come along with it that are beneficial. So I just don't think that was the proper conversation for this show.
So Angie did come on a date. I realize that now. I'm looking back. Angie didn't come on the date as well. Of course, Rose was like, "Oh my God!" Once again, another group situation, and of course, she knows the poly guy. Like, is this because it gives
Well,
production, in my opinion? I'm not sure it's a coincidence that
I
the
think
guy
it's
that she's dating.
coincidence
You
because
think
a
so?
lot of the people on Ready to Love Philly are from like Germantown, Mount Airy
Gotcha. Okay.
town
yeah,
area.
the black communication I mean, the black population in any city is always small. You're bound to know somebody.
But
And
then
she
especially when they all from like the same two neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
Right. And then she said she doesn't know him like that.
She just
She's
did parties.
bartended
Hmm.
for his events. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, people can be associated and then they try to like blow it up like, oh, no, I went to work, I got a paycheck, and I went home. I know this person's name because that's who signed my check. It's not like I know them, but
But the
again,
way that they did it for the preview and everything made it seem
Girl, yes.
right,
like
yes,
she
because
knew him.
hype and all that. But again, like I say, for this particular show and what they're trying to accomplish, and I mean, just like when they had what's his name on the last show that had all the BDSM and the shows and the this is that and the third,
Oh,
people get
mhm.
locked into
They
this
do.
ideology, and now that's what they're solely focused on, when in actuality that's just a small component of what's going on.
Hmm.
So in this particular, one of the things that Angie said, she did not like that he didn't reach out to her. He felt like, I'm gonna see you tonight, and so I did not reach out to you. It's kind of like we send the text messages and calling. Some guys are
Yes,
like
say,
that.
I'm gonna look forward to seeing you tonight.
I-
That's it. Just say that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But she didn't like it. Angie is like a serious woman. Like when she gets focused, she's like, look, I don't like it. Just no game to play. People have to be very intentional. And I know I have been through this process before, so I'm just not gonna play with no games. You gotta
Well,
seize your opportunity.
I think you have to, when you meet a person, depending on their lifestyle, and I don't mean, the poly lifestyle, I mean their work, their kids, their family situation, you have to have the conversations with the person. Are you a texter? Are you a FaceTimer? Are you a phone call type of person? Because me, myself personally, I work 12 to 16 hours a day. I don't have time to sit on the phone and have a phone call with somebody all day, but I can text the hell out of you all day long. It doesn't mean I'm trying to not connect with you. It's just that I'm in meetings. I have meetings on this day, meetings on that day. I have conference calls. I have events. I have everything where I cannot be present in a phone call, but I can whip out my phone and text anybody because everybody around me is going to assume it is work related.
So to get to deliberation, Deanna is the first, this is the end. She's talking about Callie. She likes how open he is, very understanding. She said what she's looking for as far as personality. I don't know. She does act like she likes him, in my opinion, saying he's very, very strong. And Tay, she said she was kind of taken aback at first, but he was definitely on it. There was something that was said that they said was sexual. I forgot what it was. Oh, I remember. His friend said that he really has a high tolerance as far as sex. Like he would hear them on the wall. I was like, God
Oh,
damn.
you still talking about Hussein?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hussein.
Hussein,
But
he had a high sex drive.
yes, yes. And so when the girls like that, which ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I think that Hussein and Khalil, their friends were bringing things to the table that made some of the girls be like, "Oh, okay." So when Tay was talking about Cisco, talking about his two friends, he invited his line brothers, and they asked about his career. Talking about he's a hustler, he's trying to make it happen, but he's not hiding anything. But he wants you to make a decision based off of everything. And she's like, "I'm not trying to be blindsided or like I didn't know." So some of the friends were making. I think some of the friends made it worse, in my opinion. I think Cisco's friends made it worse. I'm not sure your thoughts about. Go ahead.
the friends make it worse, just like some of the exes make it worse.
Lord, let's not do the exit they had last time was really gross. But yes, I agree with that as well. That
Well, and just along with that, like the friends who was like, "Oh, he has a high sex drive," that should be something coming out of his mouth, not his friend's mouth. So that lets me know that whatever point in time you spent with your friends, you was out there, you was outside. I ain't gonna call you a HOE, but you was outside,
oh my God.
outside.
Was that the
And
poly friend saying that, or was that the non-poly friend
the
saying that?
non-poly friend, that was
Oh,
Hussein's friends, saying that he had a high sex drive and they would hear him through the wall and different women and this is that and third. That's for him to say. So now I'm sitting up here like, if you wilding out outside like that in front of your friends and giving 0 F's, then where are you at in that journey? Did you get all that out of your system? Are you still got some left? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that would make me think like,
Mhm.
everybody said they got their whole phase, but are you done
What the
with
hell?
are you done with that or not?
So, Chaz, I want to ask you this question. So, 'cause I know you like both like Sahara. Sahara made this face when Tay was like, me and Jay locked in. She's kind of, she's very expressive. She's just like, whatever. And Sahara was like, whatever. Because Tay was like, what's good? She said, and so Sahara said, Jay is a gentleman. I like him. Baby, he's kind of funny. We have a little vibe. When she said that, I could just tell Kiara was like, whatever. And then Sahara said, I see you over here staring at me. She said, no, I'm not. Now, I know she was playing, but I think she was playing, but not playing. What's your thought, Chaz? Come on. A male point of view.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. Nothing.
Come on, Sahara.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not saying it well. I just want to get your opinion back because, people always put 10 on 10 to Sahara. Some people don't like her. I like her a lot for some reason. I don't know, but probably because I'm a lot too. But she's expressing herself that she likes him, trying to say he'll just like you, girl. He like me too. That's kind of what I was getting.
It's always been hard with Jay because I was there and I had the same thing. Like I like Jay too, and it is weird to talk about it knowing that she comes in there every time saying Jay is my man, my man, my man.
And she did.
And she is gonna look at you when you say like, "Well, hey, I like Jay."
Dina, what you thought about that part, Mama?
I ain't fighting over nothing that belong to me that don't belong to me.
I think that she's saying he belongs to her, and
I get that, but what I'm saying in this social experiment, nobody belongs to anybody, and I will never ever let another hoe see me sweat. Ever.
True. But I can tell it's a buildup because when you look at T's face, she's pissed off when she said that.
Well,
she was pissed.
You can like the same man that I like, but I never like. I will answer the question. He's in my top, or so and so is in my bottom, but I will never let you know more than what you need to know, and that is the problem when they're in this deliberation and they're showing their, putting their heart on their sleeve. And as women, and I'm not proud of this, but as women and some other women, even if you didn't have a connection with that person, you may feel the need to disrupt what's going on. So like I said, I will say like, oh, this person's in my top, but I'm not giving, oh, we do this, we do this, and that's my man. He's in my top. He's in my top 5. But you know what I'm saying? You will never know who is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's in my top 5 because women sometimes can be vindictive, and I don't know these hoes.
Oh my God. I want to talk about really quick the part where, oh my God, what's her name? I thought they're crying. What's her name? Angie got emotional, and I love that whole scene because she was very vulnerable. Talking about her parents being the youngest, her phone doesn't stop ringing. It explains why she carries herself the way she does, always having to be there for a lot of people and being so strong to the point of her telling Cam, I'm not used to that. I got emotional watching that because, as Black women, we have to be very strong for a lot of people. And we don't worry about, oh, I got to be soft and I get that. the strong part. It's really frustrating, really hard. Who gonna look out for me? Who gonna take care of me? Who gonna take it all away? She's not used to that, and I want everybody to respond to this, including Chaz, because that's a hard thing for a Black woman today. For any woman, really, because to be honest, for Black women, yes, it's hard, but for all women, they're strong and doing it for their family and everybody else, and their husband included. Dina, your thoughts?
Well, being the oldest, I've
Mm.
experienced that.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is a lot of weight on a person's shoulders to be the connector, to be the person that puts everything together. You're the person that gets the phone call when someone's sick, when it's the graduation, it's the wedding, it's someone passing away. You're that person all
Mhm.
the time. Then you add on taking care of your own kids, taking care of your own man, taking care of your own household, taking care of your own bills. It's a lot. And so at the end of the day, me personally, you do want someone that can take that away from you. But at the same time, when you're so strong, I tell people all the time, and excuse my language, I'm tired of being the real nigga. I want to be a princess.
Mm.
I want that. So I get where Angie's coming from, because it seems like Angie been a real nigga for a long time and she's tired.
But it seemed like she don't even want to be the princess.
I think deep down inside, Angie wants to be the real princess, be a princess, but maybe she doesn't feel like being a princess. She'll be able to be in control. But if you are
Yeah,
the
that's
queen or
true.
whatever, but if you have a true king, he is leading you, but you are involved in the decision process. If you have a true king, so you're not left out. And I just feel like Angie doesn't know how to be the princess queen whatever, and let a man lead and give her input. She just has to be the king herself. But I feel like deep down inside, Angie wants to be a princess.
No, I do think she wants to be the princess. I just think that she hasn't had the opportunity or maybe the right
Yeah.
man to do
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I
For
think
sure.
Chaz brought it up before when she drove herself to the hospital. He was like questioning him, like, why would you let that even happen? I think Chaz brought that up.
Yes.
So Coley, your thoughts about that? Because I think that a woman being strong, nothing wrong with that, but how could he lead? How could he be there for you if you're like, look, I got it, I got it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know, because I'm not like that. Like, no, I'm gonna be the fucking princess.
Period. Let's
Mhm.
go.
I want her to
Same.
be the princess. I hope she gets to be the princess, and
I
I hope
agree.
that she lets someone sweep her out her feet and help her
Mm.
handle her problems.
Amen. Amen.
Chaz, your thoughts,
She
please.
just got to get out of her own way. Like if she really
Oh,
princess, then you can't be doing the things that you say you do on your own because it needs to get.
agreed.
But it could be a situation where oftentimes we say we want one thing,
Right.
and our actions go for the opposite of what we said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Probably something like this. She thinks she wants to be the princess, but she's hell bent on being like in charge of so many aspects.
Never said she wanted to be the princess. We're projecting that.
Oh, she didn't say that.
She
No. I said that. I said I think deep down inside she wants to be the princess, but she's been in charge with her family in different situations for so long. She don't know how to be the princess, but I think deep down she does want a softer life, but she's just conditioned to be a leader.
Okay.
I mean, I get that also, but at the same time, I think maybe nobody ever showed her that in her own childhood and lifestyle. I'm sorry, growing up. So she just assumed, okay, I'm just gonna do everything. So when Hussein was like lead and all that, she was like, I don't want that. Sit your ass down. I got it. And that's just who she is.
Hussein or Cam?
Wait, hold on.
That was Cam.
It was Cam. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So with what I'm trying to say is she might have to find somebody that actually
Sits her ass down.
well,
Yes.
yes,
Mhm.
and take her for who she is,
You need someone
strong
to
and all.
talk about it, and it's gonna be about it.
Period. And it might make her look differently at it. Like, okay, wait, hold up now. He showed me I can't, because like Chaz brought up about the pregnancy and I'm sorry, the late going to labor and driving. Another man would have said, I don't care what you're talking about. Get in this seat.
Right.
You're pregnant, about to have a baby. I'm driving you to the hospital. That's it. You have nothing to say. And what could she have done? She's about to have a freaking baby. So to me, he probably was like, okay, I'll drive. I'll sit in the passenger seat while you drive. in
'Cause
labor,
he didn't
which
want
is
to fight with her.
crazy.
He didn't want to argue with her. But that's when you don't have a strong man. I've had some men in my life that when I was about to go do something stupid, they snatched me up and said, "No, you're not going to go do that." So
Same here.
that's not the person that she had in her life at that time. And I feel like that's why she couldn't respect him, and that's why they didn't work out, is because even at the end of the day, even if I'm running over you, if I'm doing X, Y, and Z,
No
in the
running
back of
over
my
you.
mind, I don't respect you. I don't value you as a man because you're not leading. And if he would have said, "No, get your ass in this passenger seat," da 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 da, they might still be together. But I
I
guarantee
agree.
you, there's been a number of situations with Angie and her baby
Well,
daddy
why even
where
go
he
for the
didn't step
driver's
up,
seat at all?
huh?
Why even is going for the driver's seat a thought?
That's
Right?
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like you're in the driver's seat while I'm like my water broke. I'm in pain,
Like if
going
that
through
airbag
distraction,
is something,
driving. Come on now.
it's like no.
When we would have, with my man, when we left the house, would open the car door, put me in the passenger seat, and throw the bag in the back seat, and then he would have got in the driver's seat, and we'd have went on the way to the hospital. Somehow or another, that scenario didn't happen, because why do you have the keys, and why are you getting in the driver's seat?
Again, most men would have ignored her. Would ignore her saying, "I'm driving." They probably would have said, "I don't give a shit what you're saying. Get in the passenger seat. I'm about to drive you to the hospital." Might have even literally physically. Let's go over here to the passenger side. Like this is insane.
I
Mhm.
So
really want to know what happened because he still think about it. He's the one that brought that up and mentioned it.
Because he's still traumatized behind it. Because how did you get your ass in the driver's seat? Okay, we have a good man on the line right here who's about to have a wife go into labor, and I guarantee you, I bet you a whole bonus check, which is a whole lot of money, Chaz ain't letting his wife drive
I
to
know
the
that for
emergency
sure.
room.
Please, are you
I
serious?
don't think anyone would.
No.
Chaz probably gonna rent a tricked out limo to
Let me tell
take
you
her to the
something.
damn
Have
hospital.
her laid up, pillow, feet up.
It's gonna have pillows in it, jazz playing,
Right.
might have a midwife in it. Chaz don't
Look,
play.
he don't. He don't. So
Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? Nope.
so Naeem ended up getting sent home, which we're not surprised by. To me, he stayed on the show for quite some time
Too
with
long.
with all the babies.
Why he went home?
She's so silly.
Mr. Baby Dad, Mr. Umpteen Baby Dad, Baby Mamas.
He handled it very, very well. I will say that, but I want to end this live with this and see what y'all thoughts about it. A man or a woman having that many children, how are you supposed to navigate in the dating world when you know you have that many children and people not going to deal with that? Because then, like Tay said earlier, I want to have a child. How can I have a child with you? You already got 5 or 6 kids.
The
Yeah.
history said I got 7.
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
But here's the thing on that. Like, I think that's the stigmatism just in today's society, because we don't know how to properly co-parent. And I ain't gonna lie to you, my ex-husband had 11 kids. And
Without you?
huh?
Without you?
No, with my including my 2.
Okay.
So he had 9. He had a few before me, and then we got divorced, and he had some after that. We all got along.
He need to get snipped.
Oh wow.
It for real. But we all got along. But that's the exception, not the rule.
Okay.
So in today's society,
You know something? I don't even know if I should say this, but I already started saying it. One of somebody commented and they said that he was on the T app.
Are you serious?
Yep,
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I heard that too.
and it's more negative than positive.
Oh
Yeah, the T app is 100% negative. Ain't nothing positive on there.
No,
What
he had 4 positive thumbs up, but then 8 negative ones and 22 comments.
Well, and here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. When people don't know how to positively co-parent because things happen, situations happen,
Wow.
And so people don't know how to positively co-parent. Like I said, we were the exception, not the rule. And we was all at everybody's birthdays. We was all at everybody's graduations, all that good stuff. Everybody was involved. However, not everybody is accepting that type of environment. So when you're a single woman with no kids, because I already had one quick kid before we got married, but if you're a single woman with no kids, that's not your ideal situation.
Gotcha. Wow.
Or if you're a man,
What'd you say, Chaz?
Name
you
to
are
learn.
a man with no kids, you're not jumping at the hills to be with.
Yes, exactly. The same situation, because I don't discriminate. So yes, if you're a man with no children, it may not be your ideal situation. And that's what people don't understand. You're not demeaning a person or, shaming them or something. If it's not your ideal situation, it's okay for you to set those standards for yourself. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, tequila, to wine, or whatever. You're not that for everybody. You have to do what is best for you. All parties involved.
Gotcha. So the next 2 episodes is The Getaway. We all know that Rachel Love is known for that.
Mm.
The Getaway.
Episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a part 1 and part 2, which I think is a lot.
And it looks spicy.
Look, Chaz also had a big dramatic "I left the getaway." He's in history.
I thought they didn't let him leave. Then they locked him in a room.
He's the only one in history. He literally left the getaway. The preview showed him leaving the bags.
They like, no, don't go. I thought.
Look, Chad said, "Look,
Oh.
I need to decompress.
No,
Y'all
no,
getting
Chad
on
was
my
done.
nerves.
Chad was
We
done.
ain't got no food. Y'all pumping me full of liquor, and I ain't had a snack."
Yeah.
And Chad said, "I'm out this bitch."
They wouldn't let him do it though.
I was like, oh hell no, let me go home.
I ain't mad at you. And a lot of people probably wish they had the option, because over the years people have been caught up in way worse situations, and I know they wish they would have just left and saved face.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So that's the end. I guess it's gonna be a little bit spicier. Whatever. So, Dina, what you got going on? You doing anything in your channel? You still trying to work on it? What you got going on for you?
I'm just doing my travel stuff. On my channel, I have my Hilton conference coming up in September, so I'll be blogging that in totality. And then I have a LA trip with my brother in October. Shout out to Young Pole Master, the best pole master instructor in
He
the
is.
whole entire world. Y'all follow him on Instagram. So we're doing an event and all that in October for my trip to LA. And then I have a couple more trips coming up that I'm solidifying. And so I'm just blogging travel at this point, because 2025 is my year, and I'm tired of looking
Period.
like my kids come first.
For me, I'm still doing CBS Big Brother exit interviews and covering that. I'm probably gonna go live later on about Big Brother tonight. And I have some things coming up besides that, but I'm not gonna announce it until it's time. Miss Coley, what do you have going on for you, Mama?
I don't really have a lot going on, just work and school. Fashion week's coming up, so I'm working on getting some castings going on out in Paris. So wish me luck with that.
Baby, she look. But if y'all not seen Coley on Instagram, her pictures, she's gorgeous.
What are you in
Posed.
school for?
She looks good. I said, oh my God, her pictures are everything. So you could tell, seeing her modeling and seeing her on Fashion Week or whatever, it's her. That's really it's her.
Quick question: what are you in school for?
I'm in school. I'm studying finance at Drexel.
Ooh, okay, Mama.
nice,
let's go.
nice.
Chad,
Good
anything
luck
you got
to
going
that.
on?
Thank
Anything you
you.
got going on, Chad, besides your family life? Do you have anything going on as far as, are you working on any content?
My family life. That's it. I just want to talk about my wife, but I know y'all ain't here for that. Not you guys.
You
I'm
know,
here for
we
all of it.
we
When
love
is the
that.
baby
We're here
due?
for love.
When is the baby due?
Soon, very, very soon.
Oh, okay, so y'all got the bag packed by the door and you driving, right?
I will share that my wife and family moved into the house this weekend. I wasn't able to be there, but everything was taken care of. She didn't have to lift nothing.
Because you take care
Amen.
because Chaz takes care of his people.
And
Not
he's
just
a
not,
leader
not,
and
not
a
just
provider.
not just his family, people he care about. And I can say that for a fact. Okay. Like he's that guy.
Facts.
He is. He's that guy.
Cared much in the past, but no, catch me here on Kamisha's panels for Ready to Love. I'm happy to be here. I love getting to interact with the other cast members, and just talking about the show and from the lens of now having been on it and still a fan of it.
Shout out to Coley and of course Chaz coming on here. Coley from the season that we're watching now, and from Chaz from Dallas. I love the both of them. They're awesome. All right, y'all, we're gonna get off of here because I'm gonna hit me in my third cup, and I don't want to get too tipsy on here because I just don't want to do it. So with that being said, y'all, Commission Reviews, Queen of Reality TV. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it.